I get most of my recipes from my friends and, them just giving me their input on other people's recipes or, like, on my recipes, like, what I need to improve on. I also get recipes from TV shows and magazine articles. I love magazine article recipes because it's always, like, the best recipes that get put into magazines. Like, that's the way I look at it. And if, there's something I want to change on the recipe, I'll just subtract one of their ingredients and add something that I think would taste better. That's how I get my own little personal twist on recipes. But what I believe is, I think that you need to just perfect, like the classic flavors first before you try and, like whip out some crazy flavor. You need to focus on the classics. So what I do is right now I'm focusing on, getting a good red velvet, good chocolate, good vanilla. You make sure you have those. I always believe in quality over quantity. So it doesn't make sense to have a million flavors when they're just okay quality. I'd rather them be the best quality out there and only offer a few flavors. I definitely consider myself more of a cake decorator before a baker. Only reason being is because I never had that like in class or at school culinary experience that most bakers do these days. So right now I'm slowly but surely I'm learning how to bake, and create different pastries and desserts, and through experimenting in my own kitchen, I've been learning a lot about baking. I work good under pressure. I never let the quality of my work suffer just because I'm stressed out or I have some kind of time constraint. I will stay up all night if it takes it, just to finish my cake. Sorry, my dog's growling. And I'll stay up all night. Here's Bailey. If it takes just to finish the cake, because I feel like that's the most important thing, You gotta make sure you're pushing out great quality cakes in order to, sorry. I believe it's important to never get too stressed out and to always finish your work. I'm always happy with the end result of my work. That's the one thing that I take a lot of pride in, making sure the quality is always there. I feel like there's no greater feeling than seeing your customers really excited about your work. I feel like that just makes everything worthwhile. Okay, so I've never done this before, but I'm going to decorate this cake for you guys in 5 minutes. Alright, cake, I'm ready. I'm going to start with a hot pink airbrush. I'm going to start it really dark on the bottom and fade up to the top. I love airbrushing because it's a lot easier than just coloring fondant and rolling it out yourself. The only hard thing about it is that it can get really heavy sometimes and start to drip, so then that causes a problem. Just trying to make sure it's all even. Airbrush off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand paint some zebra stripes. That's my favorite animal print, so I decided to go with that. Just going to hand paint them. I love hand painting cakes too because it shows a lot of detail and that there was a lot of time put into the cake. see, starting to do some zebra. Probably should speed up the time a little bit. I'm so used to just taking my time. One more side. So you can see, just turn the brush so that sometimes it's a little thicker than others. And I'm just going off of memory for zebra stripes since I like them so much. Pretty familiar. And here is my little pink cake with zebra. I think that the difference between a good decorator and a bad decorator is the fact that a good decorator will, take the time to put in the extra detail and make sure that the inside of the cake tastes just as good as the outside looks. And I feel like, a bad decorator, doesn't take that extra time. They're okay with putting out okay products, and I don't really like that.